locked into Good Morning Grenada with Missy, Chrissy, and Gary, Mr. Smooth. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Missy. What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good morning, Grenada. It's another day. It's another day. It's another day. How has been your night?
It was good. It was very productive. I had a little meeting with my team, and we're just planning all the good stuff for Carnival because we're doing a Sailor Mass band.
Yeah, I've been seeing you promoting that. It's been a minute since we had something like that. So, yeah, I like it. Bringing back that innocence to Carnival, if you will.
The innocence, I like it. Yeah, man. So I have to say good morning to everyone on my team. I appreciate you all. Yeah, man. It is 28 minutes. Well, just turned 27 as I'm saying it, on to 7 o'clock this morning. And in Good Morning Grenada, we're going to talk about some of the current topics happening, give you a chance to discuss as well. And we have the morning edition of news all happening within this hour and a half of good vibes in the morning time.
Plus, we're keeping an eye out on this tropical storm. As you might very well be aware of, we are under tropical storm watch, and that still continues today. So hopefully we get to talk to somebody, maybe from the Met Office a bit later on this morning, get some update, and we're going to keep you updated as best as we can throughout the morning.
And actually now we're officially on a tropical storm warning. So, which means we are expecting conditions within a very short time. You did say what?
Oh, my bad. I meant warning.
It's all good. So we're now on under warning. We have a little bit more details for you on that within the morning edition of news coming up in 10 minutes. So keep it locked right here. And of course, as Gary just mentioned, we're linking up with the Met Office at 7 o'clock. They're going to give us the weather update, but of course, tell us exactly what's happening with this system that seems to be heading our way. All right. In terms of our update for COVID-19, we have an update from the Ministry of Health and Social Security data June 24th. 9 confirmed cases of COVID-19 on island. Current cases in hospital, 3. 2 moderately ill, 1 severely ill. We're wishing them a safe recovery, speedy recovery as well. And 27 new recoveries, 0 new deaths. All right. And 42 tests done on that day. So yeah, the number of tests are actually going down. So that could also be one of the reasons why we're seeing the numbers going down, but also good that numbers in general are going down. Active cases stood at 118 on the 24th of June. All right. So that was your COVID-19 update for day 24th of June. All right. Now your word of the day is fulsome. Fulsome. It's spelled Fulsome. Fulsome. All right. Fulsome can be a positive term, as when it's used to mean abundant, copious, or full and well developed, but it has negative meanings too, such as overdone and excessively flattering. The photographs celebrate the island's fulsome biodiversity. That's an example of using fulsome in a sentence. And we also have another sentence. While most of the speeches expressed sincere appreciation for the outgoing CEO's leadership, some were dense with fulsome and cringe-worthy accolades. All right, so there you have it. Fulsome being used in a positive light as well as a negative light, according to how you look at life. All right.
Yeah. Well, I find out what to describe people who would try to overly flatter you. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you know, some people, they would overuse convoluted words, as I just have done. Complicated words. You know, they would overuse complicated words and, you know, to make themselves seem, you know, highly intelligent or you know, educated. Fulsome. Fulsome.
Come back to earth, dude.
Yeah.
Come down a little. Yeah. I know a few. It's all good though. Yeah, we're moving on. Thought of the day? Sometimes you have to eat your ego, chew your words, and swallow your pride. It's not called giving up. It's called growing up. And I feel some of y'all didn't hear that though, so I repeat. Sometimes you have to eat your ego, chew your words, and swallow your pride. It's not called giving up. It's called growing up. So there you go. Let that thought guide you through the day. You with me?
That's one of the hardest things there. One of the hardest things there. Yeah, man.
Certainly.
Did you know? Did you know that the ice cream you see in ice cream ads is actually mashed potatoes because they will not melt during production? Isn't that interesting? So it's not actually ice cream, it's mashed potatoes, because I mean ice cream is cold. So if you're there shooting, and I do video shoots all the time, you know, for something that could be a 30-second ad, you could be there 3 hours shooting. Understand that ice cream will be melted by then.
The deception. Oh, man.
That's so funny. Yeah. And funny enough, in so many other types of, if you Google it, you'll end up seeing for other things like eggs and lots of food commercials, they end up using things that aren't exactly what it is just because it looks fluffy. Yeah, they look, you know, if you want a burger to look fluffy or whatever, you use something else other than a burger. And that's why sometimes those ads look so mouth-watering, but then when you go to the establishment, it's just...
So they lied to us then. They lied to us, in other words.
Yeah, depends on how you look at it, right?
Yeah. Man, just for that dollar, man, it's amazing what these people gonna do. No, you know. No, you know. All right. Ready to love today? Ready for it? This morning we're giving away a ticket to the movie Palace. Showing at the movie Palace today and for the remainder of the week would be Jurassic World, and also showing is Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun is breaking all kind of records now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the highest grossing film for the year thus far. Over 800 million worldwide so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Who would have thought? I mean, Mitty, you might be too young to remember Top Gun, the original Top Gun.
Maybe I am.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
The name sounds familiar, but
yeah, they popularized the aviation glasses. Sunglasses. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Every guy back then after Top Gun back in 1980 something. I can't remember exactly what year.
I'm seeing 1986 for the first one.
Yeah, 1986. Yeah, every dude sporting a aviation sunglasses, man.
They look pretty cool. I like those aviation sunglasses.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, credit Top Gun for that. So that's showing at the movie Palace. So the winner of the riddle here this morning gets a ticket to go to the movie Palace. So here it goes. I have 6 eggs, all right? I broke 2, I cooked 2, and I ate 2. How many eggs are left? I know we got some issues with the WhatsApp, so we're going to take the first caller. Big and bold. Ready for it?
Yes, indeed. The number is 435-2041. You can call and answer that riddle. The phone line's already going crazy. Good morning to you. You're live. Hello. All right, we lost that caller, which means someone else has the opportunity to win that riddle once they get the answer right. 435-2041 is the number. If you're ready with the answer, good morning. Where are you calling us from? What's your name?
Good morning. I'm calling you from HB Street, and my name is Javern Kador.
Is it Javai?
No.
Can you say it again for us?
Javern. Javern.
Javern. All right, Javern. So how's it looking at H.A. Blaze Street right now?
It's a bit cloudy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And are you cooking eggs this morning for breakfast?
No.
No? Do you eat eggs at all?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Fair enough. Now tell us, what is the answer to that riddle?
There will be 4 eggs left.
4 eggs left. Gary.
How did you Google that, didn't you?
No, it's common sense.
Let him know. Let him know.
Common sense thing. Yeah, explain it.
So if you broke 2 eggs, right? And then you fry the same 2 eggs that you broke, and you're eating the same 2 eggs that you fried.
So you mean to tell me you didn't actually break 4 eggs?
No.
Okay. Could have fooled me. I'll tell you what. You are absolutely right. Congratulations. You've just won yourself a ticket to go to the movie palace. All right?
Thank you.
Which one of the movies you want to see most?
Sonic 2.
Did you say
Sonic.
Oh, you're ahead of me. I didn't mention Sonic 2.
She said Sonic 2, yeah.
Yeah,
she's prepared. She was ready for us.
That. He said, you go look at Sonic 2. I got you. All right, give me a last name, though. Cador. All right, so it's Javon Cador. Javon, you've just won yourself a ticket. Congratulations. All right, your ticket information will be there. Well, your ticket will be awaiting you upon identification. All right?
Okay, when?
You're heading down to the... I'll tell you where you go. Heading down to the... You know where the gym is, right?
Yeah.
All right, so head on there. Go to the receptionist. And your information your ticket will be awaiting you there.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. Congratulations, all right?
Thank you.
There you go. All right. So there you had it. We had a winner this morning. 4 eggs remaining.
Indeed.
Did you guess that, Missy?
I did. It was common sense, as she said, at least for me, but it's a trick. According to how you word a question, it can be a little tricky.
Yeah.
All right. So, y'all, we're heading into the morning edition of news. We have that very, very important weather update for you as it relates to the tropical storm heading our way. We'll be back with more.
I'm a cool kid, you're a cool kid, we are cool kids, are you a cool kid? Try all the fruit of Cool Kids flavors, it's a whole box of fun.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
The state of Grenada is now officially under a tropical storm warning. We joined forecaster Cassia Johnson at the meteorological office at the Maurice Bishop International Airport for the latest weather update. Good evening, and thank you, Ms. Johnson, for joining us to provide such important updates to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. How are you?
Good evening. I'm well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Now, I know that earlier today, whether reconnaissance aircraft was expected to investigate the systems. What can you tell us following that investigation? Are these systems continuing to develop, or are they dissipating?
Yes. After the flight would have went into that system at 5 p.m., the National Hurricane Center sent out an advisory allowing Grenada and its dependencies, along with Trinidad and Tobago, to be under a tropical storm warning. However, this system is not yet a tropical cyclone, but has potential to develop into a tropical cyclone within the next 48 hours.
Okay, so at present, are there particular areas that people should be more concerned about in terms of the impact of the heavy rainfall that maybe could lead to flooding or even landslides?
Yes, so we're expecting flooding, landslides and rockfalls. Tree limbs may break and be thrown about because of the gusty winds that we're expecting, and seas are expected to be rough up to 13 feet in open waters.
Now, we've heard that there are up to 3 systems forming. What can you tell us about those that are further out?
Well, there is a system in the Gulf which has no direct impact on Grenada and its dependencies. However, to the east of this wave that we're expecting on Tuesday night into Wednesday, there is another system with a 0% chance of cyclone development as of now. However, we are watching it, and this may affect the state of Grenada on Friday.
Okay. Well, we trust you will keep us up to date. We say thanks to forecaster.
The National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, advises the general public that Grenada and its dependencies are now under tropical storm warning. A tropical storm warning means that the tropical storm conditions are possible for Grenada and its dependencies in the next 36 hours. At 5 p.m., the disturbance was centered at latitude 8.6 degrees north, longitude 50.89 degrees west, about 650 nautical miles east-southeast of Grenada. The system is moving towards the west-northwest near 18 miles per hour, and this general motion is expected to continue for the next few days. Maximum sustained winds are near 40 miles per hour with higher gusts. Some strengthening is forecast during the next 48 hours. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 60 miles north of the center. The estimated minimum central pressure is 1,009 millibars, or 29.80 inches. On the forecast track, the system will continue on a west-northwesterly track, passing near or over portions of the southern Windward Islands late Tuesday, and move over the southern Caribbean Sea or near the northern coast of Venezuela on Wednesday and Thursday. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique can expect cloudy to overcast conditions with moderate to heavy scattered showers, thunder showers, and gusty winds on Tuesday night, with these conditions continuing into Wednesday morning. Potential impacts from the system include flooding and flash flooding, rough waves up to 13 feet, landslides, and rockfall. Tree limbs may break and be thrown about. In light of the pending threat, the National Emergency Advisory Council convened an emergency meeting with Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell on the nation's level of preparedness. The general public is assured that critical response systems are in place and are ready to be activated should the need arise. More information will be shared through timely updates. A few preparation tips for citizens to follow. Continue to monitor NADMA's social media page and media houses for weather forecast and updates. We will keep you updated at the GBN. Reduce hazards in and around your home. Cut overhanging trees. Restrain loose outdoor furniture and items. Clean clogged gutters and blocked drains. Review your family plan. Discuss with members actions to be taken if the hazard impacts the islands. Ensure emergency contact numbers are updated and shared. Identify the nearest shelter to your home. There is a list shared on the NADMA's Facebook page. Check your emergency supply kit. Safeguard important documents. Store water in clean, covered containers. Ensure your tank's supply have been replenished. Prepare for vulnerable members of your family like the elderly, children, pets, people living with chronic illnesses. And that was the update as it relates to the tropical storm warning for Grenada dated today.
National Water and Sewage Authority, NWASA, is putting its disaster emergency plan into action as a proactive measure for the protection of the authority's infrastructure as they monitor the approach of a tropical wave. We get more in this report.
The National Water and Sewage Authority, NWASA, is encouraging citizens to catch and conserve water as they continue to monitor a tropical wave that is expected to affect Grenada and its dependencies starting Tuesday. An island-wide network shutdown of all water systems is not yet scheduled. However, the timing for such disruption in service is dependent on two factors: the weather conditions and the risks involved at the different systems. As such, consumers are therefore reminded of the need to have water stored to last at a minimum of 3 days, taking into consideration the immediate needs of their families. NWASA's overall intention for this period is to have all water treatment plants opened so that people can have storage tanks and containers filled to last a minimum of 3 days. At present, all water systems, with the exception of Concord St. John and Le Avocat St. David, are up and running. NWASA notes that the Concord water system is challenged due to high turbidity levels as a result of the inclement weather over the past 24 hours. The Le's Avocat water system remains under valve regulation, and efforts are being made to ensure that there is equity in water distribution. As a result, the regulation of consumers in St. Paul's, the Bocas, Parade, Mount Airy, and Mandalise have been amended for Monday, June 27, 2022 as follows: Laborie and Lower St. Paul's, 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Bocas and Parade, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., Mount Airy and Mandalise, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. The tropical wave is expected to bring heavy rainfall and thunderstorms accompanied by gusty winds by Tuesday into Wednesday. Such conditions can render water systems highly susceptible to turbidity and dam blockages, hindering the production of water for an extended period. NWASA states that with the support of NADMA and the Meteorological Office, the authority will continue to monitor the tropical wave and provide an update as information becomes available. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell was given a tour of the Prime Minister's ministry on the 6th floor of the ministerial complex early Monday morning, familiarizing himself with staff, the various roles they perform, and other things in the ministry. During this time, some challenges were pointed out to him, like the crammed space some employees operate from, something he hinted he will seek to address, although promising to make changes within government and state-owned organizations and to appoint employees based on merit. The Prime Minister gave the assurance that people's jobs are secure once they perform their tasks.
Society to be a meritocracy. I want it to be driven by merit. If you think, if you have a job and you are doing your job, there should be no issue. There should be no fear. And that's the point I'm making. I've said clearly, we want all Grenadians to be involved in the process. We want Grenadians who are competent, who are hardworking, to be involved in helping to build our country. So I can assure persons that there is no need for any fear or any jitters. If you haven't done anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. It's as simple as that. If you're doing your job, you have nothing to worry about. If you are doing things that are wrong, then obviously you need to ask yourself, how do I address that? And I think in those circumstances, the onus would be on you to address.
Prime Minister Mitchell gave the assurance that one's political affiliation will not lead to victimization.
For anyone to be fearful, there should be no need for anyone to have jitters. We are going to be clear. We are going to be open. We want Grenadians to work. If citizens want to work, they will get the opportunity to work. And it really doesn't matter to me your political perspective, because you're entitled to it. That's your constitutional and God-given right. We'll certainly say you need to have loyalty to is your job, the people of Grenada, because that's who's paying you. So certainly in the public service, I assume it's public service because as the government, we have no control over the private sector. I assume the comments about jittery and so on relates to that. But I can assure all of the public servants, quasi-public servants, that they have nothing to fear.
Grenadians in St. Andrew expressed their opinions on the outcome of the June 23, 2022 general election and their expectations from the new administration. Rena Pierre-Thomas spoke to some of the residents on Monday.
The votes have been counted and a new administration has been elected as more than 60,000 people cast their ballots on June 23rd with the hope that their supporting political party will be elected. In the end, it was the National Democratic Congress that emerged victorious. Many Grenadians have expressed their views on the outcome of last Thursday's election and what is now expected from the new leader, as change is anticipated. Let's hear from residents of St. Andrew who gave their opinion on the outcome of the 2022 general election.
I'm very pleased of it. For much years I was fighting and walking, and it will come out from nothing to something. So leave me Sadiq and they. And all of them are carrying and making it my way. They had still ball in the can. That's the man.
My thought on the outcome of the election was, real. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a breath of fresh air because we need leadership. All the time NMP was in power. Why they never give people the pension? So why as soon as somebody new take over? But Mr. Deacon, I have faith in you through God. God is working through you and he's working through us. And keep doing what you're doing. And once God is with us and you, no man shall be against you.
We can't fight it. I mean, things have to happen, what to happen must happen. At the end of the day, nothing is forever, but at the same time, you gotta do what you gotta do. Whoever in there, whatever the city doing, is the betterments for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So let me do hope and pray that they fulfill everything that is meant to be and everybody get a fair chance to do what they gotta do, you know what I
mean? The only thing I have to say, I'm real happy. I enjoy my election because I campaigned for NDC and I'm glad we should have win everything.
It was good. I'm real happy for it. We need freedom. We need the change. Grenada need it. I'm happy about it.
I feel confident about the election. I find everything went down proper. All sides get an equal share. And everything was good. And I hope it will continue to be always good. And we have to struggle. We have to move Grenada forward.
Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell seems to be attracting support by many, but what is generally anticipated from the new administration? Here's what some Grenadians are looking for.
I hope they bring a lot of jobs so that we can get a lot of jobs and get things going.
Should go put some factories or get some machineries and try to juice it all these mangoes and them. Get the place light up, you know what I mean? Too much of food spawning here, especially hot, but we have so. There's some pump, order for some big pump and all the water we have on the quarry down there and falls. You know what I mean? We have reverse. We try to order some pumps and get some pumps and try to plant in more source up.
Prime Minister Mitchell was sworn in last Friday. Now everyone eagerly awaits to see what his cabinet would look like as eyes and ears remains wide open for the announcement and the subsequent presentation of portfolios in the coming days. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
They are the few, the strong, the elite. Grenada, get ready as our sporting gladiators go for gold and glory at the World Championships. Follow every throw, stride and jump from July 15th to the 24th. Capture the action daily on GBN television. It's the World Championships. The dream continues.
James is going to win it.
Do more with your new GUT Credit Union Visa debit card, which gives you access to your cash at any Connex or Visa certified ATMs locally and internationally. Make your payments with a tap of your card using the contactless feature and have the freedom to make purchases locally, online, or overseas whenever you travel anywhere Visa is accepted. Experience the enhanced security fraud protection through the Visa chip technology. If you don't have your new GUT Credit Union Visa International debit card, speak to any one of our representatives today to do more. Your new GUT Credit Union Visa International debit card, a smarter way to access your cash. More smart, more secure.
Newly elected Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell says it's time to get on with the people's business following months of campaigning, a little peacock here and there, and general elections.
Both Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Keith Mitchell, have vowed to work together for the forward mobility of Grenada. This followed the results of last Thursday's general election, which saw the National Democratic Congress winning 9 of the 15 seats, with the remaining 6 seats going to the new National Party.
I want to take the opportunity to also congratulate Dr. Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and his team. They form the opposition. Dr. Mitchell and I spoke this morning, and we both pledged that we would work together to ensure that the people of Petite Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada benefit first. For the record, let me dispel any myth. He initiated the call, so there is no suggestion that he was not magnanimous, and I want to publicly thank him for doing so. And he indicated that he wanted to ensure that we spoke privately before he made any public statements.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Mitchell, in a statement issued last Friday, said he is willing to give the new government his support in promoting policies and programs that will be for the benefit of the nation. Dr. Mitchell said he fully understands the pressures and expectations that come with the job and promised to play a constructive role as opposition leader. He also reiterated his intent to party supporters. The amateur video was recorded and posted on Facebook.
Stand together to protect the democracy of this country.
The young Mitchell promised to hold the opposition to task, ensuring the people's needs are met.
So to him and his fellow colleague members of Parliament, I extend my best wishes and congratulations, and I will ensure that they too work on behalf of the people who have elected them to serve as members of Parliament. So I certainly look forward, particularly in the House of Parliament, to working with the opposition to passing the necessary legislation that we believe will begin the transformation agenda for Petite Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada.
He also focused on the electoral system. Prime Minister Mitchell says though the National Democratic Congress had hiccups with the operations at the Parliamentary Elections Office, resulting in them filing several claims concerning the voters' list, they are satisfied with the fairness of the results on Thursday.
I will not be a hypocrite by suggesting that I was always happy with the Parliamentary Elections Office, or for that matter, the Office of the Supervisor of Elections, or some of the challenges we faced. But at the end of the day, I think we can conclude, and I'm not saying that simply because we won the election, I think we can conclude that all in all, the process worked fairly, and that the will of the people was demonstrably shown.
He added, however, that the electoral process needed to be reformed. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Welcome to Nurses Care, a new home healthcare company on Ireland, changing the way you receive healthcare. From registered nurses and aides to medical doctors and qualified physicians, we offer a wide range of healthcare services, from monitoring chronic conditions and medications to elderly care, pediatric care, and maternity nurses, to even housekeeping and case management. We offer 24/7 in-house healthcare services. So contact us today for your in-house consultation at 439-3928.
Have you heard about the new Softweave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Softweave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Softweave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Get away from your daily stress with a Grenada vacation at the Coyaba Beach Resort. Coyaba is located on the world-famous Grenada Beach and boasts 5.5 acres of beautiful garden. service, good food and drink, well-appointed rooms and friendly staff in a safe environment. Facilities include 2 restaurants, 2 bars, swimming pool, water sports, tennis, gym and body treatment rooms. Call 473-444-4129.
try again. Keep on keeping on when all hope is gone. Once you have blood running through your veins.
7 minutes after 8 o'clock. I just flipped the time right there. It's 8 minutes after 7 o'clock this morning. So let me run that again so you don't get confused. It is 7:08 a.m. Okay? 8 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're here. It's Good Morning Grenada with Missy, Chrissy, and Gary, Mr. Smooth.
Hi, what's up? What's going on, family? We here. Quite a lot to talk about this morning. Of course, this storm is one of them, but we definitely here. Of course, we invite you to give us a call during the course of the morning. We'd love to hear from you either way. Big shout outs to our friends on the Facebook Live. Great to see you guys, man. Continue to share up the live. Share it up, share it up. We still have a few regulars missing, and hoping to see them sooner than later, all right? We here. What's up, Missy?
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Good, I'm good. We see that of I almost say late, but that wouldn't be accurate. All right. Our Keith Mitchell, Dr. Keith Mitchell, has he's publicly conceded in his I guess what you're going to call a concession speech. He has gone on record to thank the new government, the new team. It's good hearing from him, though. All right. Like I alluded to a couple days ago, in his last defeat at the polls, I particularly recall him being rather gracious in defeat. All right. And see what you all want to say about Doc. But I think he's still gracious in defeat. So let's take a listen to what you may term as his concession speech right here. All right. Let's take a listen as we go over to Master Control.
Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers all, I just wanted to say thanks to all the supporters, volunteers, friends who worked so hard and diligently during the just ended elections campaign. I know there is a level of disappointment among our people because the results were not exactly what we all expected. But in spite of that, I am eternally grateful for all your contributions. The support you have shown me in particular, not just during the campaign, but through all the years, has been remarkable. While the sting of this defeat hurts, and it really hurts, we all have to remain engaged for the prospects of this nation. Depend, of course, on the contribution of each and every one of you. For me, personally, I would always be inspired by your commitment to the general cause of nation building. As a party, the new National Party will survive this current setback, as we still remain the perennial dominant force in national politics. This is underscored by the fact that in one of our worst nights, we still got 28,959 of the popular votes, just a little less than the winner. But there is no doubt that we have to reform and reorganize and re-energize this movement called the NNP. There's a need for no recrimination, to have to be frank and honest in those deliberations. The reviews and discussions have already begun and will no doubt continue in the immediate period. It must be clear we are entering a traditional phase, and I see my fundamental role as facilitating a new emerging leadership that will ensure that the NNP remains at the vanguard of the people's aspiration. I will meet immediately with the new parliamentary caucus. Meetings will also take place with the national executive, and will continue to listen to the rank and file and other well-wishers, including all our friends abroad in the diaspora. As leader, it is my responsibility to ensure that the party remains strong and viable, and always ready to take up the mantle of governance again. On Friday morning, I spoke to the new Prime Minister, Mr. Dick Mitchell, and I conveyed the best wishes of the party. We understand that the people have spoken, and so we are willing to give the new government support in promoting policies and programs that will be for the benefit of this nation. We shall play a constructive role as opposition, understanding that any opposition will be on philosophical issues that we think might be in the better interests of this beautiful country. While we understand every new government will come with different ideas and approaches, we are urging the new administration to positively consider not dismantling programs that especially benefit the ordinary people of this country. We must always stand up and look out for what the Bible describes as the least among us. And that shall be our foremost mission now, and it has always been so, and forever. Take care of yourselves, and may God continue to richly bless this beautiful nation of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. I thank you all.
Yes, indeed. So there you had it, friends. So you guys heard from the ex-Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique not too long ago. All right, he was running this country for quite a while, and Deacon Mitchell successfully defeated the NNP at the poll, and here he is. All right. So what's your thoughts, Chrissy? You thought he was rather gracious and genuine?
Definitely. I think this is the way to lose, with grace. It was very commendable, that speech, and I think it's good. It sets a great example, and I think everyone else on his team, the new National Party, is definitely something they can emulate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, someone needed to say that to Emmeline Pierre before she went on. I don't know if some would describe it as a rant, but she's now. If you could only take back words, I'm sure that would be her state right about now. My concern, though, after every election, you always hear politicians talk about working together. All right? Is this really practical? All right? What's the main role of the opposition? All right. Well, I kind of looked it up. All right. And they say here the main role of the opposition is to oppose the government. Though Keith has gone on record to say he would disagree and oppose on philosophical matters. All right. So to oppose the government, to criticize it, and to seek, in my opinion, the most important role, to seek to replace it. All right. the main role of the opposition. Some people might, disagree with that. So with that in mind, my question is, do we say we're going to walk together so we can song kind of cute? Is it really practical? All right. And I guess in this regard, only time will tell. We see, opposition and ruling party come together in times of, disaster and so forth, and they work together in the better interest of nation building in the cases of national disaster, so forth and so on. But when it comes to other matters, we see what may seem to be opposing or arguing or criticizing for criticizing's sake. All right? Like I said earlier on, the main role of the opposition is to replace the government. So you don't really want to be seen as, siding and agreeing with everything. So my question is how practical it is. All right? Maybe you guys at some point can weigh in, but that's my take. What's your take, Missy?
Well, we have a caller on the line. It would be lovely to hear their opinion. Good morning, you're live. Oh, there we go. I guess they were waiting a little while there. I'm sorry. Call us back, 435-2041. Good morning, you're live.
Yeah, good morning. I don't know much about concession speeches, but I'm certain what I just saw is not a concession speech. I don't know much. What it sounded like was addressed to the NNP supporters and the party. What we should have heard that concession, and then you could have gone on afterwards. So you kind of flip in a way what you're supposed to be saying. And you just kind of pass over the fact that the NDC wanted in charge and he wished he spoke the thing afterwards. But he gave a whole history and a whole thank you message to the NNP supporters and party and so what. That's what I just heard. Good morning. Right. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. All right. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, the video, I'm not sure if the caller was seeing it on TV or so, but the video was branded the new National Party, not so, Gary?
Yes, it was,
Mm-hmm. So it does seem to be a
NMP emblem. I think it was somewhere about.
Yes, it was a party branded video. But interesting that he's saying it's, from the NMP standpoint as compared to post-government. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning. I have my opinion, but at the same time, I agree with the first caller. When one says, we are disappointed, especially when you're involved in a political side, I think it would refer to the political side on which you are. For example, the Prime Minister is NNP, and he said, we are disappointed. I think he's referring to the people. But at the same time, if you look at the word we, I would include you. So maybe you and the minister that are having the announcement and so on now are disappointed. But I would say, like him to have said, the majority or a great percentage of the people are disappointed. That don't mean to say I'm not disappointed or I'm disappointed with what happened, Get that straight. So, usage of word, especially when you're in when you were or you are in certain position, you have to say exactly what you want to do. You have to make a proper choice of your words. And to me, it carries the impression that the whole nation is disappointed because you said we. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller.
Is the caller referring to us or to the Prime Minister?
No, I think he was referring to the Prime Minister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he was referring
Okay. I wanted to be clear there. No problem. We have another call. Seems to be a hot topic. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I share some of the sentiments of the last caller. As a leader of the nation, you address the whole nation, even though your tribe have lost. It shows that this man, based on his history, based on his practice, is being true to his partisan way of governing. But I don't even know if they call it governing. But if you listen to the speech, you will hear it was really addressing the supporters of the NNP and not the nation. Sometimes, as the man said, the word we. If you really understand, the man here sold himself out. And we had to always hold people on record of what they have done. I remember in a number of times the election come, when he was, for instance, in 2003, and also in the 2 referendum, when he didn't do, although he won in 2003, it was by a slim margin, and I wouldn't say what some of the things that transpired after that. But particularly in the 2 referendum, up to now, he have not properly conceded. He's not a man that could concede. They're just waiting for time to gear up. And what his lady said yesterday, that you played yesterday, Mrs. Mlimper, you have to believe this more what she said than what he said. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
Alison Cox on Facebook Live says, working together and agreeing on 2 different things. Israel just dissolved their government because they couldn't agree. All right. Thanks a lot, Alison, for your feedback here. All right.
Good morning, caller. You're live.
Good morning. I just want to say, too, that the current construct of the political arena does not seem to actually provide an avenue, even if there might be rich debates in the House, because there's a 9-6 reality. So even if you have opposing forces in the House, that still would not hinder the passing of a bill. Thank you.
I got you. Someone here, Annette Ragbasing on the Facebook Live said, Keith, need to hand over NMP to someone who is worthy. Time to enjoy the fruits that you planted. Go rest and relax in peace, if your conscience will let you.
All right, we still have calls coming in. Good morning. You're live on Good Morning Grenada. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Yes, you can listen to us on the phone and not the radio or TV or computer.
Okay.
What's your contribution based on the topic we're discussing?
Yes, I just want to say that Dr. Mitchell caused his own demise. I heard someone saying that he was gracious and that he's an example of a true leader. I don't think so. He caused his own demise, and he should have, in his speeches on the television and the rallies, he should have shown better example. And I don't think he was gracious. He came across very arrogant in what seems to be a concession speech. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, caller.
Thanks so much for your contribution.
Someone on the Facebook Live said, but he took 4 days before he can say something, 4 days? You think 4 days is long?
4 days is not enough for Carnival. 4 days is not enough.
The man lost time to cry, time to soak it up and
he did say it hurts. I like that he said it hurts. He admitted that it hurts. So maybe the 4 days was,
I think
after ruling for so long, I would assume that it hurts, and he did admit to that.
The pain of defeat.
Yeah. Listen, I'm only gonna say positive things, Y'all ain't catching me saying nothing negative. Good morning. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning. Lest anybody in this here country wasn't clear on who Keith Mitchell is, this so-called speech tells us all. It grounds it all. We recall in literature, English literature at school, that after any of the classics or any part of Shakespeare, whichever writer back then that we did, we were called as students in class to write a character sketch. By now, in the history of this individual, the Grenadian people ought to have formulated the character sketch of that individual. The key characteristic of that individual is narcissistic, and he just spelt it out right before our eyes. He's only concerned about himself and what is his. He He knows nothing of philosophy, quote unquote, but the opposite, dogma, because he prays only to his crowd. That's how he sees. This so-called speech wasn't directed to the people of Grenada. It was directed to his team and what he has and what he owns and what he knows. This is not a leader, Chrislyn. He has set the stage. I'll tell you this further as I end here. His performance in the upcoming parliament of this here country will be considered null and void simply because he has lost all credibility. He knows nothing of trustworthiness. He lacks that. And as a narcissist, you cannot possess these qualities because narcissism is designed to deceive. And that's what he's done to the Grenadian people. So I wish him well as he takes his path for the rest of his life. Certainly not dung and quote unquote. Pay attention to these prepositional phrases. Certainly not dung the annals with double N of history, but through the quote unquote anus of history, one N. Have a nice day, will you?
Thanks a lot, caller. Thanks a lot. All right. So there you go. Some of you would agree, some would disagree. Narcissist, he says. Wow. Me see you were just smiling. I guess that's all you can...
Smiling? That's what you saw? Me smiling? I wasn't ready for the end of that one. I was not ready. For those of you who can't see me, I was holding my head at the end of that.
Oh, boy.
I was not ready. Let's take this caller. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning. I agree fully with the last caller. Keith Mitchell is only about himself. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, someone here is saying, Annette under the Facebook Live, real Mauret, after the distasteful utterances on Saturday, you comment like you mean that? Yeah, go rest yourself. And you guys are coming hard, but no son, no love for Keith, man. Come on, man.
Wow. Let's take one more caller, then we'll take a break and be right back, okay? You're live on Good Morning Grenada.
Yes, good morning, Miss.
We can hear you. Where are you calling us from?
Yes, good morning. I'm calling from Grenada.
Okay.
I just want to say that Kit Mitchell don't mean well at all, and his sarcastic behavior, it sounds like a Trump, and he's always a Trump. And the thing is about it, Kit Mitchell never wanted opposition in this country. He want to rule and he want to govern Grenada in the way he want to, and he don't care any damn about anybody in this country. He don't care about this one, he don't care about that one, he don't care about anything, and he's just selling Grenada to foreigners, and just now Grenada won't be ours. Why is it? He shouldn't even get a damn seat. He shouldn't get no seat. He's the opposition now. Why is it now? He want to hold that little man. I calling him a little man, but little axe does cut down big trees, right? Little David defeat big man Goliath. So I want to tell him that it's only God we have to put in our hand, and it's only God we have to have strength in. So I'm not misleading in any way, but Kit Mitchell do not have a right to have him in chambers between themselves before he come out on television. And right now he only cuddling him and cuddling him and cuddling him and cuddling him. He's not the prime minister. All he has to do is to take the prime minister now and let him know what is this and what is the affairs in when he had his reigning, and take the cabinet members and them and make them know what is this one and what is that one and what is that one and what is that one, and let it go and let the man do his work. Why he want to have so much a big time share in this government? Why you have to have so much a big time share? And people will think, oh, this is love and this is this and this is that, and we have to work together as one, and we have to do this and we have to do that. And this is not it with Kit Mitchell. Kit Mitchell is a freaking Trump. Excuse me, have a good day.
We got to roll on to the next one.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate all your valuable contributions on this topic. I ain't lying, all you make me real hungry with this topic.
Cox applaud on Facebook Live says, we want back we botanical gardens. Uncle G left it for us. All right. Well, I mean, come on, let's get some love for Uncle Keith. I would have hoped to have more balanced feedback here this morning, all right?
Pressure, boy. Pressure this morning. All right, so we're going to take a break, because I feel like we need a little break from this conversation. And we'll be back with more. We'll be discussing more right here on Good Morning Grenada. Keep it locked to K105.5 GBN TV and Hot FM.
Carnival costume? Check. Monday wear? Check. Unlimited premium drinks? Check. Meals, a security, cool-down bus, mobile restrooms, plus Vaughn and other international performances. Check, 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 and check. The Carnival Mass Band Nirvana is ready for the road for Spice Mass. Backline, midline, and frontline costumes for men and women. Nirvana is the perfect state of happiness on the road for Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Register now at nirvanaempire.com. Call or WhatsApp us on 407-INFO. That's 407-4636. Instagram at Nirvana Empire. View our costumes at the Nirvana Showroom, La Marquis Complex, Grand Anse. Play mass with Nirvana.
Please be advised that our office has been relocated to Steele's Commercial Complex, Grand Anse, St. George. We at CGI, Consumers Guarantee Insurance Company Limited, look forward to serving you at our new location. Call us on telephone number 440-0217 or visit our website www.insurecgi.com.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
No, that's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Feel good facts. Remember, if you have flu symptoms, do the right thing and stay at home to avoid giving it to others. Remember, you can be infectious up to a week after developing symptoms, so rest up and take it easy.
Yeah, Gary, a little soca to just kind of, you know, like, yeah, Jen, you know, you had to come sometime with a priest or pastor and just like sprinkle some holy water. This song is like a little holy water for us right now because, Lord, wow, that was much.
Jeez, so calm down.
Yeah, boy.
election's gone. Just calm down, everybody.
But then it begs the question, because like you said, you thought it was going to be balanced. The question is,
I expected that.
I don't know if it's just that none of the NMP supporters were able to call in, or what I'm noticing is that some people are switching up their support. You know what I mean? You've seen some of that happening.
Ernesto Marquez. Whenever a party lose an election, they would always say they wish the ruling party the best, which is not genuine because no one wants to be the loser. And seeing that the NMP been in office for the past 23 years, think they own Grenada. No boy. No way.
Too much pressure.
I was with you there, Ernesto, but oh gosh, man, too much links this morning, man. Easy to. All right. So
if you want to join the conversation, you can check out the Facebook page. If it continues way after the show finishes.
But,
the things that Gary cannot read.
Yeah. On a lighter note, Timon, I want you to put up this picture here for me, because when I saw that picture coming out of the swearing-in ceremony, it almost brought tears to my eye. And being a father, I can. I wonder if I can relate would be the right thing to say, because I mean I have no way. I've never held public office, not anything close. So hey, Timon, put up the picture for me. All right. You see Timon, you seen it.
I can see it, but I mean you have to describe the picture for the people who are listening, right?
So this picture here. It speaks 1,000 words. It is Deacon Mitchell, giving his daughter a warm embrace, and you can see the emotions on his face. All right. In fact, I think I was reading somewhere that he shed a tear or two. His daughter came up to him and said, "Daddy Prime Minister," something to that effect. Hello, Daddy Prime Minister, or Prime Minister Daddy, whichever. And I thought that was so, yeah, that's a beautiful picture right there. That should be on Time magazine.
Heartwarming.
Caption it whatever you want to.
Yeah, definitely heartwarming,
Daddy Prime Minister, there you go, Yeah, it's a touching moment, you know what I mean? And like he himself said, a little bit surreal, but I think he has now come to the reality of what has happened, so
it might take a while to soak in, but it'll be nice to catch up with him sometime soon, just to see how it's going. Of course, his first official working day, business working day, because technically when you're the prime minister, every day is a working day. But yesterday would have been the first day, and we're not sure what the agenda was for yesterday, but I'm sure in the coming weeks that the team is getting briefed, by the various ministries and that sort of thing. So yeah, definitely a heartwarming picture, I think, for any child looking up to their father who is becoming prime minister. That is a big deal,
Daddy Prime Minister. Yeah, somebody says, "Oh, what a beautiful pic with the Honorable Deacon Mitchell and his daughter." Definitely, I concur. But what I meant to say here going forward is that we would love to have the Honorable Deacon Mitchell on the program. Thus far, it's not from a lack of trying, but we understand the pressures of holding public office. So we would allow the Prime Minister to, get his marbles together and, get his foot in. And eventually, we'll love to have him, let us know at least before the first 90 days or 100 days. The first 100 days has become somewhat of a milestone. We don't know if that's within our tradition, but either way, the first 100 days. All right. So here we are right now. We're looking at a storm that is seemingly heading our way. Missy, you have any updates on that first?
Yes, just to let you know, it is 19 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We are officially under a tropical storm warning, and that means that we are expecting tropical storm conditions within the next 36 hours. All right, so we do have a system outside that is approaching, and we're looking to we're expecting cloudy to overcast conditions with moderate to heavy scattered showers, thunder showers, and gusty winds on Tuesday night, and we're expecting those conditions to continue into tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. So we really want everyone to be prepared. Make sure you clear all the drains in your area. Take the time to do that. Make sure that any items you have outside, so if you have like chairs in your veranda or items outside that can they're loose,
missile and projectile.
Exactly. You want to make sure and secure them. Cut any overhanging trees to make sure and reduce that hazard in and around your home. All right. Make sure you have water stocked up for 3 days for everyone in your household. That's super important. Definitely important that you have enough water supply for 3 days. Okay. As well as, all those items that don't need to stay in the fridge. It's not going to spoil outside of the fridge. You need those as well in terms of food supply. And one of the things that's so important, especially as we spoke to Dr. Terrence Walters yesterday, is that you find out where is the nearest shelter close to your home should you need to go there during any disaster. All right, so there is a list published on NADMA's Facebook page, so you can go and check that out there.
There you go.
And of course, keep it locked to K105, Hot FM, GBN TV. We're going to give you those updates as it comes in, those as they come in from the NADMA as well as the Meteorological Office. All right?
I was by the shop yesterday and I heard some youngsters saying, they can't wait for that storm to come,
Why?
Because, they have
school?
no idea. No.
Oh, they want the experience. Listen,
I was that person during Ivan, let me tell you. Okay, I was like, come on, Ivan, come here, come. I want. Ooh, that will be fun, baby. Ivan.
No, watch us. We traumatized.
It was not fun.
Traumatized.
Ivan was not fun, and I know it's not a hurricane. Granted, it can be developed into one, but I don't even want anything that reminds me.
Yeah.
Of Ivan.
Yeah. I think, honestly, it's so right. I think we have some national trauma. Like, when you check it, we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
We have people who are alive right now would have experienced Hurricane Janet. They would have experienced a revolution. They would have experienced Hurricane Ivan, a pandemic. You know what I mean? That's a lot of national trauma that we have not necessarily addressed from a psychological standpoint. And it's so important for us to find some way of doing that. And that's one of the reasons Carnival is so important this year, coming out of 2 years pandemic. I'm just going to slide that in there.
I realize. Speaking about trauma, my son, who is an adult now, I recall years after Ivan, he was still traumatized. The sound of the crashing waves on the beach were traumatizing.
Really?
The sound of a heavy truck on the road were traumatizing.
Right.
So it's real. So for those of you wishing for something serious to hit us in the form of a storm, please take heed.
Yeah, it's not nice. I thought I didn't have any trauma. To be honest, I thought, okay, cool. We went through this experience. I was in Form 5 at the time in secondary school, and which meant that our CXC preparations were very different than usual. We didn't really have sports and that type of thing. But when I think about it now, if we're going to have that type of experience all over again, not being able to have, water supply or electricity or internet, for instance, that we've gotten so accustomed to now compared to back then, and just being almost trapped on island, I realized, boy, I don't know if I could do that one again. Yeah. So I think I even need to address that type of, that trauma that was probably associated with Ivan.
Yeah, definitely. So y'all, let's say a prayer that this system that is out there, dissipate and go on its merry way. Leave us alone. Thank you very much. We've had enough drama over the election season.
Yeah, man, we tired.
We don't want more.
We tired. We have a call on the line. Good morning. You're live. Yes. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Lashington. Thank you, Gary, for sharing your experience of Hurricane Ivan, because a lot of people don't appreciate the traumatic part of it. And my concern over the years has been we pay little regard to that. And even when we say, look, you go on Facebook page, you can see the centers. I can tell you, as a fact, that many people have no idea where the center is. And wait till later this evening, you will hear everybody calling, where's the center? Where's the center? I mean, they will be inundating the radio station. And this is the reason why I've been clamoring for years, for us to become a disaster-ready people. I mean, we can't stop those things, but we have to be prepared. I mean, as much as possible. And I would tell you, few people are prepared. I'm not prepared. I don't have the means to prepare. So one of the legacy, even of the former leader, would have been people readiness. I know, and it's been a long time. Hurricane Ivan came, we say build back better, blah, blah, blah. And we are probably in a worse situation now. Trust me. So I think that, and I would ask you folks, going forward, let us try and help people to really deal with the more important things in terms of working together in understanding things, because right now the anxiety that is on, it should not be as heavy as this if we had really done what is done. For instance, this year, and maybe I could excuse the folks because the head of NADMA had retired, and then you had the election season, but we didn't even have no preparatory thing. And let me make a call. I hope Dr. Walters, I didn't even realize he was still in Grenada. I hope he will be brought back into the whole thing. I hope that Mr. Sylvan McIntyre, these people could help us to really understand and prepare. Regardless of what we think about folks, these people are trained. So let us utilize the resources we have and help people. And somebody called on your program, and I think to the point of the program yesterday, and I want to congratulate them. The person said the most important ministry would be Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Community Development. And he rationalized why. And I think because these ministries, as we mentioned, and maybe that's why the doc went over to youth, these could help, really set the tone of how we do things in this country. I know I could talk a lot more, but thank you very much for your indulgence.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, yeah.
We still patiently await the formation of cabinet, and that would be a talking point, I'm sure. All right.
Indeed.
Thanks a lot.
And what I'll do for everyone after this program is finished on Classic 105.5 FM, I will actually list out the primary shelters in the various parishes. It's quite long, but I think it is also very important. So after 8 o'clock, just keep it locked to the radio station, and I will go through that list for you so you can figure out where is the closest shelter to you. Because I know not everyone has Facebook, for instance. Right? I know also some of these shelters should be listed in key areas within certain communities as well. So whether it's by certain shops or community centers, similar to how the voters list would be printed. And the primary shelters are also usually labeled as primary shelters. Okay? So stay tuned for that update.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for that, Missy. Antonio Allspice Sr. on Facebook Live says, I love my country, I love my people, but given the opportunity to run this country, no way. My people can be very brutal without fear of how the other person's feeling. All right. Thank you for sharing with us, Antonio. All right. As we continue to move on here this morning, the RGPF has a press release out. The Royal Grenada Police Force would like to refute claims currently in circulation inciting the unauthorized or illegal removal of government property by officers attached to the Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU. In fact, officers were engaged in transporting computers that were recently procured by the Ministry of ICT and handed over to the unit, which was yesterday. All right, that's the 27th. So, and that was for the use. That was for use by the FIU. There is nothing sinister about the transaction since all the required protocols were followed. Therefore, as an organization, we remind citizens that transmitting of false information violates the Electronic Crimes Act, and as such strongly discourages the formulation and transmission of misinformation. The RGPF anticipates the understanding and cooperation of everyone, so y'all please take note. All right, we on the inside. Missy, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Great. I feel for a local music before we come back in.
Yeah, we can take a quick break and we'll be right back just to wrap up Good Morning Grenada for today. Keep it locked. This is GBN, Hot FM, and K105.
I have master control right about now with a song lined up, so we're going to check in that for the folks on viewing us on TV. You guys can enjoy this one as well for Spice Match 2022. Tal Pre, and this one is called First Time, and we come right back. Don't go anywhere.
There is a secret about to be told. Treasures yet to be revealed. There is a place where fashion, excellent quality, great prices, and super savings converge. A place known to many, but not by enough of us. A place where the joy and comfort of shopping is known and experienced daily. Presenting Shoes R Us. Visit us at our 3 locations: Melville Street in St. George, Wall Street in Grandance, and Victoria Street in Grenville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Release me. Right now I feel free like I'm born in the streets. Warm to them. You see me? It goes like that. Never been to jail before. Never been a slave before. Don't even wear my chain no more. Cause I feel free. All kind of things they say about me. Call me and never see come. Winding up on every room. Cause I feel free. Anytime you see me reaching a party, and no freaking when nobody can stop me. So come music blasting out so I'm happy. You will see me, I just having a good time. I getting on like it's drinking rum like it's whining dumb like it's on the drum like it's I getting on like it's drinking rum like it's whining dumb like it's on the drum like it's bring drinks, we going and drink it up. Any stage we going and mash it up. Rags and flags in the air, we waving up like 4 times. Them dance, we going and mash it up. Bring them dance, we going and raise it up. Rags and flags in the air, we waving up like 4 times. 2 years without a carnival. No way that just can't be normal. Open up to get to festival. Let we feel free. Some say I should be in the mental. Get sick like man in hospital. Jam no paper, no incidental. We just feel free. Anytime you see me reaching a party, and no freaking when nobody can stop me. So come music blasting out so I'm happy. You will see me, I just having a good time. I getting on like it's drinking rum like it's whining dumb like it's on the drum like it's
to 8 o'clock. You are locked into Good Morning Grenada. We're getting ready to shut it down in just a few minutes.
I love that song there from Talbury, boy. First time. It's called what do you call it again? The Realist Rhythm, I think. All right. And Terra the Governor also have a nice song on that rhythm as well.
Okay, nice. Good stuff. Good stuff.
We're getting ready for Sailor Mass and we're getting ready for Spice Mass 2022. You know, it's going to be nice.
Facts.
It's going to be nice.
And we'll definitely keep you updated as new music comes out for the season, you know, because it's important to support the art form, especially after so long. Listen, some people ain't got blind 3 years, you know.
2 years or 3 years we've been to Carnival, but 3 years.
You could count it if you want. I say what I had to say.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
You know.
But also we endeavoring on Good Morning Grenada to go into history as far as our carnival is concerned, as far as our mass is concerned. We need to talk about Veco. You understand? We need to talk about Wild Indian and Shotney and them kind of thing there, because although we see a resurgence in Veco recently, but we need to talk some more about that. It's not just jab. Now, Grenada Mass is not just about jab. You know, I mean, you know, it's probably the major part of our carnival, but it's not the only aspect of our carnival. So we need to highlight the other areas as well, and we'll be endeavoring to do that in, of course, the weeks ahead of us. All right, so this is where we at. Another robbery with violence in the Grenville area. And that's the second one, and this is becoming rather concerning, Missy. So we have to wonder, if that's a pattern? All right. The first robbery on the Chinese business owners, is the perpetrators still out there, still at large, haven't been captured. All right. And then this other attack happened yesterday. All right. So we appeal to the people in the Grenville area, and for those who might have information, you know, so please come forward, because we don't want this to continue. All right. So my heart goes out to the victim of that robbery and attack yesterday, and we hope that, of course, justice will be done in the fastest possible time. What say you, Missy?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. It's unfortunate.
It's definitely unfortunate. Yeah. Well, we're getting ready to wrap things up here this morning. You know? It's been a wonderful time being with you guys. But we're going to be back again tomorrow, God's willing. In the meantime, you all stay safe. Keep your ears and eyes glued to the Grenada Broadcasting Network for all your updates on this impending tropical storm. We definitely hope for the better. So once again, let's keep an eye out. So make sure you stay tuned to GBN. Missy Chrissy is going to give you some information relative to that after we lock it off here on Good Morning Grenada.